What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stevie the Black, STEVEE, the Black. I'm back. I've tried this a few different times, but I just can't find quite the words to say. You know, because I want to say something, but I'm trying to figure out how to say it. Orlando Scandrick went on Undisputed today, and he spilled the beans. He spilled the beans about what's going on, why he got cut, everything like that. Now, initially, I didn't have a problem because did anything that he said wasn't wrong. We knew that something was going on in that locker room. We knew something was going on. I'm like, this just doesn't happen. You know, there's some deeper thing going on here. And the only thing that really bugs me about it is he went on Undisputed to say those things. He went on Undisputed and filled Skip Bayless's ego. He went on Undisputed knowing Skip Bayless is a Cowboy fan, knowing that most of the things they talk about are the Dallas Cowboys, and said all this to fuel his ego. Now, had he went on Sports Center, had he went on a podcast, had he went on First Take, I had no problem with that. But that is the only problem. He knew what he was doing when he went on Undisputed to say those things. Like, I don't respect that at all. That's a cheap way, man. Come on now. But for those of you who, I don't know if you don't believe this or not, who's heard me say for the past couple weeks, this team makes me sick. I'm tired of talking about this team. I don't want to watch this team. This team is garbage. You've heard me say all those things. You've heard me say the season's over. You've heard me say this team isn't going to the Super Bowl. You've heard me say all those things. Those words have come out of my mouth. But I just watched the E-Rocks video on YouTube, so you guys should go check that out. But this team, and I agree with him when he says this team is breaking my heart, bro. You don't know how psyched I was for this season, man. I was so psyched, bro. I was like, it's going to be another fun season. We're a Super Bowl contender. I was saying it's Super Bowl or bust because all the moves that they made, that's what the Eagles were telling me, that this season is Super Bowl or bust. But I think that's what happened. This team just bursted open. It's broken. It's and I don't know how to fix it. I don't know if they know how to fix it. Everyone, wants to say, "Oh, it's just one game. We're only one game back in first place. We still have a chance." I have to be honest with you. I've been thinking about this, and all this started last year. All this started last year. You know, the locker room got divided. It was the Wentz guys and the Foles guys, and they got rid of Foles, and people weren't too happy about that. And now they're stuck with Wentz, and now they're not winning. And I'm not saying the reason why we're losing is because of Wentz, because that's clearly not it, because guys are not stepping up. But it's just so... We used to be one of the most strongest locker rooms in the NFL. We were a brotherhood, And now, I said this, and I know it sounds crazy, but I said winning the Super Bowl broke this team. And you're like, that doesn't make any sense. But really, if you think about it, things have not gone right since they won the Super Bowl. They've gone 12-11 since that Super Bowl. That's average. You could say They won the Super Bowl without the MVP, Carson Wentz, because this team was clicking. Because if you look at this team when Carson Wentz was leading it till now, that team was gelling. That team was having fun. You remember all the celebrations that they were doing. They looked like they were having fun out there. Last year, they didn't look like they were having fun. This year, they don't look like they're having fun. And then Carson Wentz goes down. And I think that's when people started to lose respect for Carson Wentz, because they were like, bro, what are you doing? You don't have to do these things. You're jeopardizing our season. We could do it. We could win a Super Bowl. And then you saw those next couple of games after that. The Giants game, the Raiders game, the Dallas game. And the team looked dead. It looked dead. It looked like their hopes and dreams were over. And they were like, man, we were so close. But then Nick Foles came in. And he saved the season. And they won the Super Bowl. And he was the Super Bowl MVP. And they said, whoa, we won. But we also won without Carson Wentz. And then last year happened. And Nick Foles struggled. And then Carson Wentz comes back. And you know that Carson Wentz is trying to do everything in his power to get back to where he was before, when he last left the field. Well, people don't like that. And then Carson Wentz goes down again with a back issue. And I remember people were talking about, oh, he's not a good leader. He's rushing back. He's doing all this and that. And then they were 4-6, and then they were 6-7. And it's like, oh man, one more loss, bro. That's it. And then Nick Foles comes back in, and they win 4 straight. They go to Chicago and they win a playoff game. They were this close. They were an Alshon Jeffrey drop away from going back to the NFC Championship game. And then that guy just leaves, and we're stuck with Carson Wentz, and people are wondering, why do we have him? We've been winning with the other guy. I know it sounds weird, but winning the Super Bowl broke this team. And getting rid of Nick Foles, while that was a good business decision, you probably should have got rid of the guys who were Nick Foles supporters too. And I don't know who those people are, but... And then on top of that, relying on older players. Relying on the Jason Peters and the Deshaun Jacksons and the Darren Sproles. Relying on those players knowing fully well they cannot stay healthy. I said it in the other video, and I'm going to say it here again. I do not believe, and this is the part where I blame Carson too. I do not believe Carson has put 2017, he has not let it go. He has not let it go. Jason Peters will acknowledge that he is a Super Bowl champion. Darren Sproles will acknowledge that he is a Super Bowl champion. But will Carson Wentz acknowledge it? I don't think so. Carson Wentz will not acknowledge that. He has not let it go. He has to let it go. The moment he lets it go and just realized it happened, okay? I got hurt, okay? I took myself out of that situation. Nick Foles came in there. My best friend came in. I don't know about best friend, but my close friend came in there, and he did the job. He did the job that he finished the job that I started. And he won this for me. I wanted to be the guy that won Philadelphia its first Super Bowl. I mean, look at what he said when they were at the podium. This is going to be me next year. Already. You remember the reports. Carson Wentz just sitting in the locker room. I think he was looking at the Lombardi trophy, or he had his head down, and he was just so heartbroken and sad. He was like, this should have been me. You guys remember Dolph Ziggler earlier this year? It should have been me. Again, when he was facing Kofi Kingston, that's Carson Wentz. It should have been me. So what happens now? Well, the team has gotten blown out twice. And now they've been called out by a former teammate. Oh, and on top of all that, they got a game Sunday against the Buffalo Bills. You've been blown out. You've been embarrassed. You've been called out. Everyone knows something going on. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? How you gonna respond? You gonna go out there, you're gonna lay another egg and get blown out for the third week in a row? Or are you gonna man up and show the world we're not dead yet? Now, the Cowboys trading for Michael Bennett tells me they're all in. Now, of course, they were all in from the very beginning, but now they really think, oh man, we're all in, bro. We're all in. Michael Bennett is the last and final piece we need. They're going for that Super Bowl. They're going to win the NFC East. I just don't think the Eagles are going to do it. I also don't think the Eagles are going to trade for anybody either. But I also think it also depends on what happens Sunday. If the Eagles beat the Bills Sunday, they might trade for Robbie Anderson. I hope they trade for Robbie Anderson because he could be the speed threat of the future. But if they lose Sunday, they're not going to do anything. And with the way we've been drafted, I just don't know if I trust him. I don't know if I trust Howie Roseman. I will say this, though. It was funny when Orlando Scandrick was like, I don't trust Howie Roseman at all. He can tell me it's raining outside. I'm going outside in some shorts. I thought that was funny. I was like, oh, man, I know this man didn't say that. But that's just how I feel. It really, truly does hurt because I really do love this team. But at the same time, I'm not like other fans who want to say, oh, everything's okay. We're only a game back when that's just you being delusional. That's the Cowboy fans going 0-5 in the season talking about, oh, we can still win the Super Bowl. We can still win the Super Bowl. That's what you sound like when you say everything's okay. When you clearly know everything's not okay. There is something wrong. And I don't know how to fix it. I'm not sure if they know how to fix it. I think Orlando Scandrick said that the team Howie Roseman wants to get younger. That's a good first step. You got Andre Dillon, the left tackle of the future. You got JJ Arcega-Whiteside, the new Alshon Jeffrey. You got Robbie. If you get Robbie Anderson, he can be your deep threat of the future. You still got Zach Ertz. You still got Dallas Goedert, who can be your tight end of the future eventually when Zach Ertz is done. You've got Miles Sanders, the running back of the future. But there's still a lot of work to do. Still a lot of work to do. I look at my Super Bowl poster on my wall. I look at the hat, bro, and I'm just like, I legit wonder, am I ever going to see this again? I'm legit scared. I am legit scared. Will I ever see this again? Will I ever see them hold up another Lombardi trophy? Will I ever see that parade down Broad Street again? Will I get to see that? Will I get to see that? Because I want to see that. I want to see it so bad again. But clearly, got to hit the reset button, and I just don't know how long it's going to take. So, that's how I honestly am feeling right now. I said I'm not going to watch. I probably am going to end up watching. I'm probably end up going to get upset. I just want to see how this team responds after everything that's going on these past couple weeks. How do they respond to all of this? Will they come together and try to prove people wrong? Or will they just crumble and die? I guess in time we'll find out. So with that being said, that's pretty much about it. So I'll see you guys later. And peace out.